Welcome to the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. I'm Heath, and it's time to get into the bite. All right, folks, welcome to the show. This is South Florida's premier spot where we go over what's biting, who's catching it, where it's being caught. We're also going to cover your future marine forecasts, your tide charts, and your moon phases. Everything you need to know to help keep you into the bite. Like I said, the premier spot for everything local fishing. Before we get into this, though, if you want to learn more about fishing, grow up as an angler, or just see some great and exciting offshore fishing adventures, you can start by hitting the subscribe button and joining the South Florida Saltwater Fishing family. All right, folks, like I said, welcome to the show. We had some great fish caught this past weekend. The moon did not fail. A ton of Wahoo bites were going on. So we are going to get right into that. No closures or nothing like that to talk about from FWC. So we'll start in shallow, a little bit inshore stuff, and then we're going to go over and show you what this Wahoo bite was. The November moon did not fail, and hopefully we're going to go over weather, and this weekend is actually looking fairly promising. All right, so here let's start out inshore. We got Neil Link. Made it out his way to the reef, not totally inshore, but this is still some shallow water stuff going on. Got some grunts going on, nice little red grouper, porgy. This is Neil Link. Hey, awesome family time fishing, putting some grub in the bucket and getting to go home with it. Yeah, there we go. On the line, nice little grunt. Oh, that's a chicken rig right there with a porgy and a grunt. Hey, listen. A fish is a fish. You're going home and you're eating good, regardless of how picky some people are. They want the bigger, better fish. Other people like to keep it simple. You go over the reef. Hey, sometimes that's more fail-proof than otherwise. All right, let's keep going and look at some other skinny water stuff. What we got going on? This is Justin Ramsey. Says he got stuck behind a bridge for half a day, but not bad. Made his way out to the reef. We got some yellowtail, some mangrove snapper, a couple of ceros. Like I told you, I've been saying this for weeks. The ceros swim around with the yellowtails. So if you're chumming, you're gonna get a mix of them too. The cero mackerel in there, and then the mangroves. He says he hit the blackfin tuna right here on the way back, I guess on the troll. Let's see what he said about that. Wait, let me go back there. He said, "Hey, yeah, blackfin, yeah." Nice little bonus blackfin tuna in there with his goodies. All right, let's keep going, see what else we got in the skinny water. Okay, this is Daniel Evans. He went out and he was trolling with the Nomad, and he got some nice fish. Got a mutton snapper on the troll, right, with the Nomad, and then he also got a nice red grouper. So I mean, yeah. That's a solid red grouper on the troll too, man. So he's going home with some good eats. Said he went out with the intention of hitting up some Wahoo. Said picked up some keeper size reds and a mutton. So he's got another red grouper here also right here. Another one. So I mean, man, he was doing some slaying. Those nomads trolling those over the reef. Picked up some. Those aren't reds. That's a black grouper right there. So let's see what this other one was. That's a red. So he's got one red, one black, and a nice mutton snapper. So, hey, perfect. Good to go right there. Some proving that those nomads, you don't have to take them out and just high-speed troll for Wahoo. He picked up mutton snapper, black grouper, red grouper, a nice little, couple of different species going on right there over the reef. So that's what our reef is looking like. Like I said, the yellowtail bite is really what's going to be happening over the reef. So if you're into reef fishing, I say go for that yellowtail bite. But this week, the word of the week was the Wahoo. The bonita are laying off. There's still some mahi swimming around. We're going to get into that. So let's start looking at these Wahoo, right? Here's one from Justin Ramsey, 230 feet. Solid. Nice. But like I'm telling you, we're going to see a lot of Wahoo right here in this size. This is the November full moon, halfway through it. Here we go. Keep going. Pedro, okay, we'll go over all the Wahoo and then we'll hit the other stuff. Steven Santa Croce Another Wahoo, 49 pounds, caught out of Hillsboro on the 12th. He says this fish ate a surface ballyhoo, right? 180 feet of water. So again, you know, they're anywhere between $150 and $300, I would say. So, you know, hey, cool. That's like a more shallow water Wahoo, but a solid one, you know, man. Upwards of 50 pounds. Great catch. Zoom in on that a little bit. All right, let's continue on with our Wahoo, right? Here we go. Jason Reese. He picked one off too with his son Parker. Awesome. Says it was his first one. Jason Reese has the YouTube channel Guggen to Pro Offshore Angler. Check it out. I'm sure this will be the next upcoming episode. Got him a nice little tiger. Look at it all lit up. Like I'm saying, the Wahoo bite was outstanding this week, and we keep on with the Wahoo. Here we go. Here's another one. Pete Altman down out of Key Largo. Got another one. High speed trolling. He said he got this one. Hey, like I said, man, this was the weekend to go and get the Wahoo. And yeah, that moon did not fail, man. Had everything worked out. All right, let's see what else up we got. Here we go. Todd Prince. So we're also going to get into the kingfish bite, which is also starting to amp up. Todd Prince, he got himself a nice Wahoo and a nice kingfish. Look at him. You know, hey, great. The deep reef is not, you know, not letting down this past weekend. So hopefully that bite keeps up, right? Let's keep it up. I know, here we go. Jason Reese with a solid kingfish too right here. Another one. So, you know, man, hey, his son is, you know, getting into catching some hefty fish right there. So, you know, some great catches by Jason. Thanks, as always, Jason, for contributing and keeping us in the know. He gave a little bit of insight here. Said my son Parker brought in his biggest king and first Wahoo, both on blue and white zoom witch and flash witch with the Mylar Nita strips. King was in 90, Wahoo was in 200. So there's some little bit of information if you're looking where to get them. Pedro and Anna. Pedro went out. He says, went out this morning with a buddy out of Palm Beach Inlet looking for Wahoo. Says he should have gone last Friday. Yes, as you can see, the bite was. Got a blackfin tuna near Juneau Ledge in 200 and a dolphin right out in front of the inlet in about 100 feet. Choppy and windy conditions still. Yes, it should be. We're going to get a cool front here tomorrow. Sometime it'll be passing through, and then hopefully the weather will start cutting us a break. So nice little mahi and a blackfin. He's going home with some, you know, some good eats right there. So that is what we got going on for our fish. Let's see what's going on here. There we go. Brian Freeman just dropped this in. Look at that. Oh, man. Big old yellow edge grouper. Awesome, man. Almost missed the show, but hey, look at that. That's nice. That's deep dropping out there right there for you. There, you know, that's 600-700 foot deep grouper. Perfect. And I look at this lure. Yes, my favorite lures right here. The Boone Turbo Hammers or Billy Bait Turbo Slammers, whichever one you want to call it, in the color pearl or blue and white. Gotta love it, man, when I see those lures on everybody's rods. All right, so nice, solid yellow edge grouper out there deep. Perfect, cool. You know, if you're looking out, hey, how you doing? How you doing? You got two of them. Brian says he got two of these groupers in 480. Man, oh wow. Okay, so I thought typically they're what do I know? 480 is where they were. Perfect. That's a solid fish, man. Thanks for sharing, Brian. I appreciate it. All right. Yes. Hello, Kelly Tribble. Hello. Saying hello to everyone. All right, so that's what we got going on, folks, right? Some great catches this week. And, man, like I said, that Wahoo bite turned on and did not disappoint. So let's start talking a little bit about weather coming up, right? Blast right through this. We had, like I said, we had some great catches. Real quick, just to recap, your reef bite, right? All the snappers, the yellowtail are the ones that are going to be the most hungry right now. Mixed in with those yellowtails, you're going to have your cirro mackerel, your deep reef. We're starting to see kingfish show up. It is fall. We've got a wahoo bite. Obviously, that's going on. Wahoo are going to be, more in tune with that moon. But right now is the time. They're eating. They're starting to, the little guys, the males are starting to eat so that they can go off and mate. And in the springtime, in March, they will return. Those will be the big, giant, big, fat females. Those ones that can get way up there. That's just historically speaking. I could, again, that's just the way it goes. Sometimes you get the big fatties right now. Hey, perfect. And yeah, the sailfish bite also is definitely turning on. So if you're out there, don't be shocked if the sailfish, that's what you're getting. The false albacore bite is turning down. They are going to be, if you're looking for them, you're going to want to troll, white bucktail jigs in like 30, 40 feet. The bigger ones are going to be in shallower. You're also going to have the little bullets, good for live bait show up. All right, let's talk weather, right? We've got a cool front coming through tomorrow. It'll cool down for a few days, and then it'll start heating up back into the low 80s during the day. The wind's going to follow the cool front, but then, like I said, by the weekend, we should be kind of settling down. So over here is the cool front is right around here somewhere. It'll be heading into the panhandle. This is the remnants of Tropical Storm Sarah. Did not turn into a hurricane and do what they thought it was going to do. Good grief. So let's zoom in here, right? So right now we're looking at, this is today right now, pretty much a wash since it's dark out, it's 6 o'clock. Also, again, we are in, the daylight shift, right? So if you're an early go-getter, your sunrise is about 6:30. So get out there and it'll give you a little bit more time to be on the water. So let's look at tomorrow morning, our winds, right? They're coming from the south in the low teens. And like I said, we're going to have, that cool front will be coming through, so we'll see a shift in the winds, obviously, sometime during the day. Let's look at tomorrow afternoon. Here comes the cool front. Like I said, see the wind pushing from the northwest here ahead of it. So by Thursday morning, it'll have been passing through with the winds following it. Okay, so here's the front right here, and then you got your high winds following it. So obviously Thursday morning, we're going to have slightly northwest wind going on all over the state. Pardon me. And after that, it should start, letting up a little bit Thursday afternoon. Like I said, the winds start calming down as the front moves further away towards the Caribbean. Friday morning, winds from the west. So we're going to start seeing a swell come back in northwest winds. That will lay our seas down and produce a swell, right? Probably from the northeast. Friday afternoon, more westerly winds. Again, we're going to see that swell come in. Lower Keys is seeing a dead spot, Palm Beach County. But again, that's just, periodic wind changes. Saturday, light winds into the light teens from the west again. So we're going to see a swell. Probably, 2 to 4 foot swell with a nice 7 to 10 second period in between it. Hopefully we'll check that out here momentarily. Saturday afternoon, our winds die down to below 10 knots, 10 miles an hour, give or take. Down in your lower Keys, you got your wind coming from the north. Upper Keys looks like it's playing ball with what is going on in the Tri-County area, Miami. Vero Beach, you're also, Vero to Port St. Lucie, you're seeing some lighter winds too. Come Sunday morning, again, we've got some westerly winds blowing, around 10-ish or so. Your whole West Coast is looking like they're going to get cut a break. Tampa Bay, all that goodness up there. The windy part actually looks like the Keys. So, but they're getting their wind straight from the north. So, as you get further in the south, that's like the leeward side of the island. So your weather out there might be a little bit more subdued. Sunday afternoon, our wind shifts from in the morning from like the north. Sunday afternoon starts heading to the east. So you're going to have a wind shift. So that could, lay down the seas a little bit. It could also, have some funkiness to do with your fishing too, when you have a major wind shift like that. Monday, winds start picking up again straight from the east in the low teens in the morning. Hey, Thank you. Hit the like button. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'm able to start getting back out and doing some filming. I haven't really had much of a chance to do anything this year. Like I said, I've talked to a few people, and it's been kind of a wash, but I'm looking forward to Sunday. I think Sunday is going to be the first day I can get out in a long time and actually run my boat. Tuesday morning, winds from the east, low right around 10, maybe a little bit less. The further north you head up there, it's a little bit lighter. The further south you head down into the Keys, the lower Keys, you got that wind heading straight from the east. So it'll, that shallow water, it's going to pick up a little bit. Tuesday afternoon, looks like it's still, holding steady at, the 10 to 15 knot area. Wednesday, just for giggles, a little far out, still heading from the east. All right, so let's go back to tomorrow morning. Let's check out our waves, right? So our waves right now for tomorrow morning, we're looking at, 3 to 4 down into the Keys. It's a little bit lighter up in your Tri-County area. It's, it's not too bad up into Sebastian, Vero, and Shore. You're not real bad. It's, 1 to 2, maybe, some 2-footers down as you head further south down into Palm Beach and the Tri-County area. It gets less. Everglades National Park, light stuff, go out and do some of that snook fishing. Tomorrow afternoon looks like it picks up as the afternoon wanes on. And we get that front starting to pass through. The waves have not shifted yet. We don't see that the northeast swell. We've got our waves coming from sort of the south, a little bit of a confused sea. Thursday morning, this is where we start seeing the confused sea and the swell heading from the north. Okay, so our seas have shifted between Wednesday and Thursday, and that's because the front is going to push all that water. Thursday afternoon, seas 3 to 4 feet. We'll see what that period is, but of course you can see the confused sea with the swell coming in right here. But this is way offshore. Again, this is 50 miles offshore. So if you look here, which is, your average boater distance, maybe 10, 15 miles offshore, you're looking at, 2 to 4 foot seas, but it's more than likely going to be a swell following the front. And we'll see what the period is looking like. It's going to be between the waves. Friday, you got some big waves out there, but again, that's way offshore. That's 30, 40 miles offshore. That's not what we're looking at. Friday afternoon, again, that swell kind of goes away, and we're looking at a confused sea in the fishing area, the fishing zone, right, all the way down to Miami, the lower Keys, Marathon, almost down, and not so much down into Key West. They're looking at some light stuff, which is good. Friday afternoon. Let's see what they're looking like Friday morning. Friday morning, not so much. It'll lay down Friday afternoon. Saturday morning, let's see. Let's go a little bit earlier. Saturday morning, we're looking at not too bad. Still 2 to 4 out there in the Tri-County area, a little bit north up into Tequesta, the Vero Beach. That's all about the same until you get down to Miami, Biscayne Bay and stuff. Starts letting up a little bit. And then down in the Keys, it's actually lighter stuff over the reefs, right? Everglades National Park, all 10,000 islands and all that goodness over to Marco Island is that's shallow water stuff looking pretty good. Let's look up here. Tampa Bay, light stuff. The bridge fishermen folks are, they look like they'll be able to have some fun. They will have the waves heading towards them and the breeze heading towards them, so it won't be, that ideal conditions to get their baits out there and go for those king mackerel and all that stuff that typically hang out near the bridges. All right, Saturday afternoon, again, holding steady at about, a solid 2 to 3, maybe some 4-footers in there. Sunday, let's up. This is what I'm looking for. The 2 to 3 foot stuff. Like I said, I'm hopeful that Sunday this is gonna stick, and I can finally get out there and do something. Light all the way down into the lower Keys and everything. Light stuff, very doable, very much doable. So Sunday is looking like the day, folks. Sunday afternoon, it's even lighter than it is in the morning. So, if you're looking at wanting to be picky, it's going to let up as the day wanes on. Monday, Still some light stuff into early next week. So Sunday and Monday, we're looking, it's looking very doable, 2 foot less. Monday afternoon, looking to pick up to about probably 2 to 3, a little bit of onshore chop going on. Down into the Keys, they're going to start picking up some waves too. Let me see. Sunday, does it look like, we got it's like a confused sea. You got the swell up here following the front. But like I said, that's going to dissipate by then. Monday afternoon picks up a little bit. Tuesday morning, same waves from the east, but still some light stuff. So early from starting Sunday into the early days of next week, it's looking like it's very doable, right? So if you're a weekday fisherman and you got that luxury of being able to go out and hit it, and it's good all the way up Vero Beach to Cuesta down into the Tri-County area, it's looking very doable. 10,000 Islands and all that stuff is always, in shallow, you're protected by these shallow waters, so they're not ever really going to get rough. The Keys early next week it's looking like 2 to 4, maybe some 5-footers out there. So let's go back to tomorrow and look at our rain. So we're going to have. Come on. I'm clicking on waves. Let me go to rain and thunder. There we go. So tomorrow, hey Pedro, how you doing? Sunday is a surf fishing day for us. Yes, Tuesday. There you go. Hopefully the muttons are out there for you, Pedro. Pedro says he's going surf fishing Sunday, and Tuesday he is hitting the boat and doing the reef. Man, good luck. Hope you get them. Hope you get them good. I'm hoping Sunday, like I said, I can get out. All right, tomorrow, like I said, here comes that front. We're going to see some rain in the afternoon. There we go. Thursday, it pushes off, and then we've got dry air following the front, right? Thursday, Friday, again, we're staying dry. We've got that northerly flow, northwest flow from the winds, as you can see, and it's dry air after that. Now, we've had dry air. Of course, you see clouds. It could be very cloudy, as a matter of fact, like it has been for the past couple of days, but there's not much of the way in rain going on. Saturday, again, still dry. Oh boy, me too. I hope I get. You hope I get a bunch? Thank you. I hope I get one. I'm trying to give a video. I'll bring the camera. I'm way out of practice. I've been. I'll bring it. I really want to get the fish slayer out there and get him on some fish. We'll see what happens. So, yes, I'm looking forward to getting back into the swing of things and getting some stuff. All right. Thank you, Pedro. And so yeah, dry air, right? Following this front all the way into Sunday, still dry. Monday, so we got dry air, right? So if you got gardens and stuff out there, time to break out the hose and water those papaya plants or whatever you got growing. All right. Tuesday, dry. So we're dry all the way into next week. Tomorrow is going to be our chance for rain. Okay, after that, it's looking fairly dry, but like I said, cloudy or whatnot, that we can't really control. All right, so let's look at Windfinder and see what they're going to say about this and keep on keeping on. Windfinder is basically just a numerical version of what we just looked at. All right, so again, tomorrow, winds from the south, southeast, and they will be shifting as that front comes in. You can see it starts picking up and getting gusty. Right, it's going to bring us some rain, but not much. The rain is going to be over the Panhandle and northern Florida. Hey, do I got any news? Sorry, I missed this. Sorry, Jacob Wolf. Yes, blackfin. They're swimming out over the deep reef, so you can find the blackfin. I'm seeing them caught between 200 and 500 feet. They are not they're not the big ones. They're the little football ones. They're going to be swimming around with the skipjack too. So, you can jig them up, you can troll them up. You just got to put it in time. They're not really, if you see a huge group of birds, I would say go for it. That's going to be tuna. Other than that, you just have to kind of just blindly troll with them. They don't really, they're anywhere and everywhere right now. So if you run into them, more power to you. I've caught them in 80 feet, but I would say if you're looking for the blackfin, you want to stay between 200 and 500 feet. Just zigzag in and out until you find them. If you find one, stick in that area for, a couple of minutes, but don't pander around too long. Keep it. Once you find them, I would say stick to that depth a little bit and probably troll north. Do, little zigzags, trolling north, and see if you could pick off some more. All right. So tomorrow, we're going to get gusty. We're going to get breezy in the afternoon. The waves tomorrow, they're saying, 2 to 3 feet from the south. Thursday, Friday, northwest winds, low teens. Gusts, not very gusty on Thursday. The gusts will pick up on Friday, right, from the west. And here's where we start to see that swell develop. 3 to 4 foot plus coming on Friday. 6-7 period, 8 to 7 second period, right? So it's not a big 11 second, nice swell. So just something to consider if you're thinking about Friday. Saturday starts to lay down, and again Sunday. So you see our shift of our wind from northwest after the front passes to in the afternoon, when we said we're going to have that little bit of weird wind shift on Sunday. 5-10, less than 10 miles an hour all day. Seas 3 foot Saturday, decreasing down to about 2 foot. 2 foot on Sunday. So Sunday, like I said, is looking like the day. So those folks with little boats like me can get out. Monday, staying about the same, picking up a little bit in the afternoon, picking up on Tuesday a little bit. Again, wave direction shifts a little bit more from the north to the northeast to the easterly. And again, wave heights. You got a 9-second period on Monday, which is good. So a little bit of a swell following our front. 2 to 3 foot, which is great. Nice little 2 to 3 foot swell. And Tuesday, 7-second to 6-second period, 3 foot, about 2 to 3 foot. Sunday, again, it's going to be a swell, 2 foot swell. So that's some nice weather going on. And into Wednesday, the winds will be starting to pick up from the east. So Sunday into early next week is looking like the days to go out and do some boating and, try and get some meat on the deck, right? All right, let's look at what NOAA says. I was checking this out earlier. They're not really, it's very general, not really jiving with what everybody else is saying, but that's okay. All right, so Wednesday, south winds 10 to 15 become 20, seas 3 to 4 foot, 2 to 3 foot, north 1 foot. It's weird what they're saying. It's all over the place right here. Thursday, 15 to 20, 4 to 6. So we saw that we're going to get a swell starting to pick up, right? 6 to 7 seconds into Friday. And then Saturday, the seas will start to lay down as our wind starts to shift, more from the west. So remember, we're going to have a northwest wind, which is going to produce a swell. Well, not much. NOAA's, they're smoking crack right now with that report. I don't believe a word they say. All right, let's look at our moon phase, right, and see what we're going on. I said we had this awesome moon go on this past week, and everyone who got out there, well, not everyone, but people that took advantage of it. This was a Wahoo moon, definitely. Like you saw all those photos, man, tons of Wahoo. So here we are today. We are on a waning moon. A waning moon means we are heading towards the new moon, the dark side of the moon. Waxing means we're heading towards the full moon. All right, so we're waning. So we're going to see more dark side of the moon as the week progresses. Today, Tuesday, 82%. Wednesday, 73%. Thursday, 63%. Friday, 54%. Saturday, 44%. Sunday, 35%. Monday, 26%. Tuesday, 18%. So Sunday... So this is our Saturday night moon. So this is what we'll be looking at. So the pelagics are going to, be able to chew a little bit. The moonlight will help, maybe that Wahoo bite will still be turned on, but maybe not as ferocious as it was this past weekend, which was awesome. And I mean, I saw Wahoo everywhere. I also saw an interesting thing just off the hand. So I'll tell you in a second. Let's go through the rest of the moon phase. So our moon phase, right, it's looking good. Your reef fishing is going to be great because as the darker it gets, and your bait fishing also, if you are into, bait fishing, they go, your gogs are going to start biting good starting in the latter part of next week. Your thread fins, all that stuff, those offshore baits that you have to hunt for, they're going to bite because they eat better in the darkness of moon. And again, your pelagics, they will also eat better because they're not going to be eating all night. Now, interesting note, I got a buddy who's a mate on Killing Time Charters out of Pompano Beach. They fish out of Hillsborough, and they caught an American red snapper. I don't want to give away too much, but I was like, "You got that out of Hillsborough?" Yes, he did. And he shared with me. He said, they come through once a year. The window of opportunity is not very big. He said, they fishing for vermilions, drop down big baits, and every once in a while they get lucky and they catch a red snapper in our area. Yes, right offshore. So, just something to think about. I was pretty much amazed by it. Red snapper here. Good. I learned something. It was awesome. Okay, let's talk about our tides, right? If you like to fish by the tides, fish by the jetties, fish by the inlets. This is very important information for you. So, right now, today, we are at the incoming tide. I'm sorry. Yes, we are at the incoming tide, which is not what you want to fish if you are fishing jetties. You want to fish the outgoing tide. So if you're fishing inlets, you always want your tide to be falling, your water to be going out. What happens is it pushes all the little sediment out. Little bait fish come in and eat the sediment. Bigger fish come in and eat the bigger fish. So you always want your falling tide if you are fishing inlets or jetties or anything. If you're a land-based fisherman, especially, and you're going off a jetty and you're fishing an inlet, if you are fishing an incoming tide where the tide is rising, you are going to catch nothing. The same goes for the folks trying to troll out front of the inlets, drift out from the inlets, jigging, reef fishing. The bite is better when the tide is falling. So right now, as the sun's coming up, it's not a very good tide to fish for. As the week wanes on, we get towards that slack tide Friday, right? So in the afternoon, if you're afternoon fishing, right, that then is the time you want to go and hit and do that stuff. So if you're, let's say you're land-based fishing and you want to go do some fishing as night's falling around 5:30 or so, prime time to go hit those jetties. All right, Saturday, we are at the tail end of the outgoing tide. So I would say, starting Sunday into Monday and Tuesday, those prime fishing days, we're looking at being right in the middle of some heavy water flow. So that would be the day to head out and get those lines in the water immediately, especially if you're trolling or, if you're going to go fish that water flow, do some drifting in front of them, try to catch the snappers, the muttons, or whatever you might be fishing for. Those are going to be the prime days because you're going to have that outgoing water flow. Again, it'll be the best of both worlds. You get a little bit in the morning, Sunday, and from there on, and also in the afternoon, before night falls. That's the cycle of it. And then probably next week it'll be, less favorable. But the tide cycle right now is looking very good for the end of the week, being Sunday, heading into next week if you are an earlier go-getter type of person. All right. So that about does that, right, folks? We've got some good stuff, some good weather coming up at the end of the week and heading into next week. Now, before we head out here, folks, real quick, I just want to invite you, if you're on Facebook, join the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. Let me see. What's going on here? It looks like this. Under here in red, it says South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. I can't get off that. Anyway, yes. Yeah, we're back. Anyway, if you're on Facebook, like I said, go back to it. Check it out. Ask to join the group, because joining the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report on Facebook does nothing but help drive this show, this weekly report every week, every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. We share what's going on. We show everybody's catches. This is what the page actually looks like without the date on it. You go there, you find us, you answer a couple of questions. If you want to join the group, what's your favorite fish? Do you agree to the rules? And so on and so forth. No YouTube videos, none of that. I support the YouTube community. I support charter boats, drift fishing boats, everybody. Man, it's, there's no hate going on here. So if you got something to show off, definitely, send it in. And again, if you join the group and you submit a post with a picture that is doable, you always have the chance of being the thumbnail for the live show upload when it goes on live on YouTube. All right, folks, that about does it for this week. Hope you had fun. Hope to see you next Tuesday with some great catches and some pictures. We have the upload every Monday on the report. Send in your pictures. All right, folks. Till next time, South Florida Saltwater Fishing, going wherever the cool wind takes us.